In 2016, we created a SIEM product for a large bank and monetized it, commercialized it. I think about 3-4 years ago, right, Simon? We got a grant of €1 million from the European Union to build an AI engine. So we built an AI engine to monitor the logs, and the European Union wanted AI to come from Europe, not from America. So we're quite proud of this engine, and what we're going to show you today is how this AI can be used to find threats quicker, to explain the logs, and even just train your staff also on how to do things better. In 2020, we added the SOAR product to automate the response. So we've got 200 analyzers inside of there, 90 responders, 400 workflows that are pre-written, and you can take them and modify them. So the AI to detect, the SOAR to automate and respond. The other one we added recently was a monitoring tool that's Nagios compliant that can add the monitoring piece into the whole picture. So what we're going to talk about today is the power of AI. The thing is, you can't send your logs to America to get analyzed by AI because they're too sensitive. The AI should be a regular tool. It should be available on-prem alongside your log server in your data center. It should help you identify threats faster. It should help you also improve the understanding and contextualization of security events. That's exactly what SIEM does, is it brings all of the metrics together, all of the logs together, and helps you to contextualize, helps you to put it into context and correlate the things together. Now, if AI can help you do that and can find threats amongst this millions and millions of logs, then isn't that wonderful? As a result of all this great activity, it should help your teams to reduce alert fatigue. So this is where these tools are going to be very, very helpful, AI and automation, to detect faster, to respond quicker, and help the SOC team to be more efficient. So the first set of AI I want to talk to you about is we've had this for some time. I know a lot of you have seen it and some of you have played with it already. It's in version 7.8, which is our latest version, and it's all CPU based. So this is available out of the box. The model is tunable and customizable to different types of detections. And we have an AI store on our website where you can download different types of detections. There's more than what's on the screen, actually. And you can train the model how to look for these types of things, look for these types of anomalies. So out of the box, it does things like looks at rare words, looks at all the words, counts them all up and says, "Ooh, this is a rare one. We haven't seen this one before." It does the same with numbers. It does the same with vectorization of data, so it can cluster data together and find outliers. So it's a great tool. Now, what we're also going to talk about today, and we're quite excited to show you, is our GPU-based AI. Now, this is a pre-trained LLM. It's pre-trained to be a cybersecurity assistant. It runs in a small box. So you need to buy a little box, a little sort of $2,000 server. We've got one with a single NVIDIA card in it. You sit it alongside your log server in your data center on-prem, because it should be on-prem. And then you can ask it questions. And we've got a whole bunch of prompts here that we're going to show you today. But essentially, it can do things like explain the logs. It can check if there's a threat in that particular log. It can describe the threat. It can tell you who to assign it to. It can show you what tactics and techniques are being used in the MITRE attacks. It can prioritize, classify, gives you the IOCs, and et cetera, et cetera. But this is a great tool to have alongside the SOC team because it's a fully trained AI that is essentially another member of your team and can explain everything as you're going along in local language as well. So we've got a few examples of Thai, Vietnamese, Bahasa. So that's what we're going to show you today. We're going to show you the CPU-based stuff on AI and then the GPU-based stuff on AI.
What we can do is once we connect basically the data, like the security-related data, the Windows-related data, endpoints, whatever, those models will start working in order to search for some anomalies. And we have that on the dedicated dashboards of the UABA. We'll see all the statistics, all the information about the data that is being used by the AI to train itself to search for anomalies and so on. So at the moment, you can see what kind of data and how much of it is being used by the AI to train itself. But if I go to the empowered AI perspective, basically those marks here are the symbols of the anomalies that have been detected. I have selected the user, I have the information about the anomalies, and there are a couple of perspectives. The main is denial of service, advanced persisting threat, and ransomware. But obviously, there are other information that is going to the AI engine, and that are regarding the cryptographic operations or the kernel-based operation. And that doesn't necessarily mean they are bad. It just gives the broader perspective. I have the information, like, for example, here we have executable file dropped in folder commonly used by malware. Okay, sounds interesting, but what I can do with it? So now moving to the perspective of the GPU-based AI assistant, I can filter out that kind of events. I have here my panel. I will maximize it to have more space for the readability. And we can see it's related with the Wazoo integration that we have. And we have the AI assistant tab. So if I switch to it, I have my buttons for using the AI assistant, or I can select something from the list of the prompts. I'm looking at the raw data, and me being a junior, I don't know, I don't understand any of it. So I need to use my assistant to help me understand what am I exactly looking at, right? I have my description and it sounds dangerous, but what are the additional information that I have? So here you can see that my GPU-based AI agent is providing me with the additional information, what is going on. Obviously, that is something that can be adjusted to different languages. I can check the threat, and that's usually a very simple response. Yes, there is a threat, and I can look at what kind of threat it is. Obviously, the description kind of is self-explanatory, but you can get the different perspective of the Mitra attack mapping, process tree, and so on, right? So this is something that I can start working with. Obviously, I can also extract some IOCs if there are any. Obviously, this AI assistant is designed to help with those kind of information. It gives me something to work with and to move forward. So I can use that data if I want to build or supplement my built-in IOC database, threat intelligence database that are in the Energy Log server. And obviously, I can use my select prompts, like, for example, classifying Vietnamese, and I can run it individually, and then I have my answer in the proper language. There is no problem with that. So this helps us to understand better the meaning of the data. But if I go to the AI cases, I have what David showed previously, the online store that I can fetch from our repository, and I have my AI assistant wizard. Those are the prompts that I've showed you on the list. You can create your own prompts. You can classify them, whether they are a button on the list or from the select kind of list. And for example, here we have the classify button. And if I want, I can adjust it. I can, create new ones. There are no kind of limitation of how many prompts you want to have. And so each team can have a different prompts if that's what you are interested in. When we create the cases, because again, you have full control over that. So for example, if I select the anomaly in the text, I can either take the model from library, or I can build a new one from scratch based on the data that will actually come in. You don't have to rely on something that we as a vendor are providing or anyone else. You can build that model by your own with this kind of configuration here. You can define the rating and the sampling and so on.